Hi there, sports fans. Do you recognize me? Hasn't been a long time. I think it's been since early December when they singing. Hi.
Hi.
When the singing. When did you get here? When the singing Santa Claus was here. Okay. All right. It's too early for the crickets, boys. Today we have several guests. Well, you just came in.
I just,
We have. What's your name again?
Sarah Fletcher.
Sarah Cratchit. Here she is. Sarah Fletcher. She runs the place here. And then we have Marc Duci. See, I got that right, baby.
Well, not quite.
What is it?
Duci.
What?
Duci.
Well, you're Italian. You didn't give it to me right. Duci.
Yeah, well, I'm half Italian, but the Duci part is actually not the Italian part. It's actually Greek. So it's
Multicultural.
Tricked you.
Hey, I'm Jewish from New York. How am I supposed to know this? We didn't have any Greeks and a few Italians sprinkled in there. All right, Duci?
Duci, yes.
AC Duci, right?
AC Duci, yeah. I used to get that a lot.
All right, he's the executive director of Acton TV, which strangely enough is in Acton,
It is.
Mass, not England, right?
No.
You wish it was.
It would be nice.
Yeah, and then we had Gino Fratelloni, who's wearing his hat on TV again, advertising. What are you advertising?
The reason I have it, that my hat is because I'm a Rotarian, and I go to 3 or 4 meetings of Rotary, and I would like to see people from Westford. They go back to the Rotary because for some reason they just leave in their way.
They don't care anymore.
I want them to care.
Okay. Do they have a vaccine that's called Gino?
So
lady.
Westford does have a new format for their meetings, and they have a social meeting, and they have a working meeting, and then they have their club meeting. So they do have a different, varied schedule. It's not that every week.
Yeah, but not like we used to have it before.
I think we're going to start having them here, I think.
Oh, that's good. The question is, when I used to go to in Westford, it used to be 30 people.
Yeah.
Well, they still.
Remember that when you were there?
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who fell asleep while I was talking?
Acton was real busy, too. I was in the Acton Club first, and they had a nice, busy club.
I'm actually currently in the Acton Club.
Okay. All right.
Okay, excuse me. Thank you for derailing our topics today.
That's okay.
Rotary is important.
All right, Rotarian.
Rotary is
Go
important
get me some
too.
Rotary chicken, will you, please?
They do a lot of
All
charity.
right. Hi. We have Mark. Mark, you first of all, we have a booklet that's available for $29.95. Is that right?
Yeah. That's our annual report for 2024. And it's just got a lot of information about this past year at Acton TV. A lot of photos. We use it for information, but we also use it as a promotional piece as well. We bring it to a lot of businesses and doctors' offices, things like that.
Doctors' offices?
Doctors' offices,
Did you get
dentists.
the written approval?
Yeah. But it's, we're just trying to, pass the information along, trying to maybe pick up a member or two who stumbles across it.
Mostly a member. Yeah, totally. Now, is it true that on page, how many pages are in here?
12 if you count the front and back.
How about, is it true on page 6 we have a Victoria's Secret model?
Well, I guess
Just
people will have to
You'll have to get one of these to find out. All right. Wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Nick.
What'd you say?
I said, thank you, Nick.
Nick, knock it off, please.
Nick.
So, what do you have to say about Westford since you're the executive
Westford, well, you
poobah?
saw that Mark actually tossed my annual report aside here, but I too have an annual report for 2024. We just had our annual meeting last week. And
What are you looking at
we're
me
doing
for? It
well
was
because
raining.
you weren't there.
It was raining.
raining. Oh, please. No, we had a great annual meeting. We had a successful year. We work hard to keep this place going. It's not easy right now. There is a streaming bill at the State House that will hopefully update and modernize the funding for community access media stations across the state.
When do you expect that to get passed? In July of 2090?
Yeah, 2090 probably.
You can't, speak to us here? Or?
Actually, he's a signer on it and very supportive.
You want me to sign it?
He actually, are you a representative? Can you sign it?
I represent...
you can send a letter.
I represent Depot Road.
So yeah, the streaming bill is about modernizing the funding for community access stations. There are over 260 stations across the state. So we are very heavily impacted right now by cutting the TV portions out of your Verizon and cable, and for us, Verizon and Comcast bill. So as more people drop their TV from the bill, from their services, and use streaming services like Prime and Hulu and Netflix, TV stations are losing their funding.
I don't stream.
Right. So thank you.
Certainly. That'll be how much?
Well, you pay it in your bill. The franchise fee is paid automatically. But that's how you used to prove your membership.
I want to know
with an
how.
organization.
What about my franchise? Probably the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm going to take it.
So yeah, hopefully it'll get some traction this time and get passed, because we're seeing a lot of stations now struggling, looking at other ways to make money.
Are any of them bellying up?
Yep. I've known a few stations that have. One was in Arlington, Virginia, that closed.
Arlington. Well,
Yeah. I don't know about all of them. Some of them are being absorbed into the town as a department.
yeah. Great.
So there are two different models. There's the town department model, and there's the nonprofit model, which Acton is, as well as Westford.
Right.
We're nonprofits. So
Well, maybe
we
you
can
should
do-
turn profit.
Yeah. We do have a sales consultant on who's been now working. Well, I came on first as a marketing person to do outreach and build up the sponsorship and membership and that sort of thing. Now we have Julianne on doing sales. We're starting a newspaper, which is a lot of work and really fun.
We have the online, too.
We do have the free digital online news, and we've been doing that for 10 years. So,
The same news for 10 years. This is getting
yeah, same old
Same
news,
old story.
Same old.
in June of 2012.
And now we put it in print. So
Oh,
you
good. So you can hold it in front of you and really have it.
read it over coffee, read it without a screen.
Right.
Pick up something. It's nice to pick something up, written in print, and read it at your own leisure.
That's
Right?
leisure.
This is coffee
Leisure, but this is not
material,
even-
right? This
Yeah,
is, this
yeah.
is coffee table stuff.
Oh,
you
well,
know?
the Knicks are losing tonight, probably. I'm reading this.
So it's
Okay.
important. And it's an important bill. It's at the State House. So I really would
How long has
appreciate
it
it
been
if your
sitting there?
viewers would.
How long has it been sitting there?
Well, when it first started in.
I think it was 2018 when it was first introduced.
What's their problem?
Well, so the first problem was COVID. So there was, when it was introduced, there was a lot of momentum, and then COVID just kind of killed everything. So it was reintroduced 2021, 2022, and it had some success. It made it through the subcommittee on the internet cybersecurity. It made it through the House Ways and Means, and it was passed with a favorable recommendation. And then it sort of stalled before it hit the Senate floor. And at that point, a year passed, had to be reintroduced. So here we are again, kind of going through the same process.
This is just ridiculous. Just vote on it. What the hell what are they doing anyway?
It's
Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Well, yeah.
I just did.
We don't censor anything here on,
All right.
on WestfordCAT.
Do it. Next question. All right. You're here because I invited you, right?
you did invite me. Thank you for the invitation.
Certainly. Been withdrawn, but you showed up anyway. So what programming do you have over there?
It's a really eclectic mix
Wait,
of
hold
programming.
it.
Yes.
We talk English here.
Okay. It's a amalgamation of a lot of different types of programming.
Hold it.
We have one of the things that we have that's really cool is we have a kitchen set.
Oh, yes,
So we do a
yeah.
lot of cooking shows.
Well, you do?
we do.
See, I'll speak up here.
Did you do a cooking show?
No, Sonia, my friend, she did a
Oh,
cooking
yeah, Sonia
show.
did a cooking
Yeah. So we've got members from all over the state who come by, who join Acton TV so that they can use our studio, our kitchen set, to do cooking shows. We get members from Medford, from Burlington, from Natick, from Marlborough, and they all come to Acton TV to use our kitchen set.
That's what you're going to market.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's great too for the crew because we get to
You get to eat well.
a delicious meal afterwards. So can't complain about that.
That's awesome.
So so that's one of the big components of our studio is we have that. We do a lot of cooking shows. We've got traditional interview type shows.
Sonia does a show.
Sonia does a show called Let's Chat. Yep.
And she does chat.
She does chat. Yes,
Yeah.
she's very good at that. So we have a show with our state senator Jamie Eldridge. Comes in usually every few months, like once a season. He'll come in and do a show. We're just always busy. We always got a lot going on. Whether it's studio shoots or field shoots, we've got a lot of stuff going on, and with a very small staff.
So, Sonia doesn't do the cooking anymore.
No, it's mostly she's been doing more of like a talk show. It's called Let's Chat. She'll pick a subject, and it's usually like a 5-minute show. It's not a long show, but she's done one for the different holidays. She's really into fashion, so she'll do like a spring fashion or a summer fashion show, and then I try to help her out by editing in clips of stock video of people wearing the type of clothing that she's talking about, things like that.
They had me in there. That's how not to dress. Thank you.
You're a fashion plate. What are you talking about?
Here it is. This is for $14. You too can have one.
With matching bruises too. You have matching.
Well, that was from Nurse Cratchit, who took a blood sample. You swine. Okay, so what else would you like to talk about? I said you would talk about Acton.
Yeah.
Not Westford.
We can talk. We can talk
thanks.
something. So something I'm very passionate about is the sport of disc golf. And
What the heck is that?
so it's a great, low impact sport that anybody can play. Whether you're 5 or 105, it's
105?
105, yeah. Well, I don't know any 105-year-olds who play it, but I have played with people in their 80s, and it's a really good time. We just had this is, I don't know if it's breaking news, but we just had our town meeting a few weeks ago, and they approved of a disc golf course in Acton. So it's
Wait a
gonna.
minute. They could do that, but not give you money.
Well,
I mean, that's
disc
not,
golf course requires
call
a
me
little less
crazy,
money.
but there's something wrong here.
So this was part of the recreation department's. They get funding specifically for things like this, and so I'm excited to help work on it any way I can. I was part of some of the initial meetings because I helped build a disc golf course in the past. I used to run a disc golf pro shop, and so I'm very excited that we're going to be building one, and I'm hoping that once it's built, we could maybe start using it as a fundraising event for Acton TV.
What about for
new.
me?
Well, you could come out and you could play some disc golf with
Yeah, I'll
us.
play some disc golf. Boom, there you go. He's one and done. There he is. How big is the golf course? I mean, you don't have 500 yards to the thing and you fire it.
No, it's not like the size of like a traditional golf course. Instead of measuring in yards, it's measured in feet. Like each hole might average between 250, 300 feet.
I would need centimeters.
So or centimeters. There's we could measure them in centimeters. It'd be very large.
Well, big, long one. For you people, the European people watching this.
But yeah, so that was so we have that going on with the graduation coming up.
It could be a good fundraiser for a lot of clubs and things like that as well, like the Rotary Club or social outings. Or
well, we had talked about, just before, we were talking about trying to make up some of that lost revenue that we're losing because of cord cutters for cable TV. So me and my board have been trying to come up with a fundraising event that we think could bring in some money. And there's already a lot of different kinds of fundraising events happening by different organizations. We looked at a casino event, but found out that the United Way, does that. So try to find something.
You can't do it
new.
if they do it?
Well, it's kind of like stepping on their toes. This is their
I
big
say
event.
step.
No, it's
You're not. No. Use the New York City approach.
No, you want to play nice.
Step. No, we
You
don't.
do.
No, we don't.
We're a community organization. You have to play
Stop
nice.
it. We don't. You need money, you do it.
Yeah.
What's the matter with having two of them?
Well, I just think
You'll stop them from going from Foxwoods.
It's like if you have too many of one business in a location, you start spreading up the clientele, so there's not enough for each location, then they all have to close up.
But you already have not enough.
Well, so I think this would be a great fundraising event because there's a lot of people who don't know what the sport is, and if we can get them out for something that would help a local organization, and we'd be able to provide for them discs to use and things like that, I think we could get a good amount of people, and it's something that nobody's done before.
Are these plastic?
They are plastic. They're like frisbees.
Probably heavy plastic, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's one of the things we've been doing. We have graduation coming up next week that we're going to be out live streaming.
Is that in a field?
Yeah, it's at the R.J. Gray football field. So we cover that every year.
When is this going to be? We may as well plug this. When is that going to be?
It's Friday evening, the 6th. It starts at 5:30. Yes, they do.
You guys are really getting daring.
Well, the Westford
When's
Academy graduates on Friday. What's the date?
The 6th.
It is the same date.
First Friday of the
Nick.
month. Yeah.
The 6th, and our crew will be there covering that live. We do that.
At night? How about a thunderstorm? What time you want to get this
Well,
going?
then they have a rain date on Saturday, and then they have
you
another
know how
rain date on
weekends have been
Sunday.
here.
It's supposed to be rainy all weekend.
We had that happen
Wrong
a couple
again,
years ago.
Oscar.
We had two years ago. It started outdoors, and halfway through we had lightning and rain, and they had to move everybody indoors. So best we could do was run inside with a camera and record it, and then we took the footage that went live that we recorded, took that second footage and merged it together and put it up the next day for people to watch. But it was, they'll still do it in the rain, but as soon as there's lightning, they're going inside.
Well, it's not safe. I would say sit under a light standard to see what happens. No, don't do that, folks. Don't do that. But there's no need to cry. Please.
But yeah, we've got we've got that. We've got we do a show called Acton in Focus, which is all about happenings in the Acton area and surrounding communities, but mostly Acton. We'll get interviews from department heads, executive directors from organizations. We'll go on location to Acton Arboretum. It's really in the studio on location. It's just about Acton, and it's something for the community to be proud of, to see all of the things that are happening in town and get excited.
We ought to cover Boston Road to get excited about that.
Well, we're covering the news here. We have Emily Collins and
No,
Jenny
but I'm saying we
Bohanek.
ought to get excited about it.
Excited about Boston Road construction? It's going to be closed this summer.
I know. That's
They have new temporary lights.
Here's a big word for you. I'm being facetious.
Are you being,
What?
sarcasm? Seriously?
No, me?
Never expect that from
never.
you.
Yeah, those lights, they're already operating.
They're already operating. I know.
I'm
I
waiting
had to
for the
stop it,
backup
2
on
of them.
Depot, you know. Jeez.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one with that road closed, but that's right. It's going to be beautiful when it's done.
I don't need beautiful. I need functional.
It'll be functional too. It'll be functional.
Why?
Drive around.
Scenic, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
You can drop in at the
Beautiful town
cemetery,
to
see what's
drive
going
around.
on there. I'm here live at the cemetery.
We're lucky we have nice updated roads and stuff.
Oh, stop it. We don't need. Why do we need a bike lane? Oh, 2 of them. Sorry. Don't tell me you bike.
I do bike.
I'm sorry.
I do too.
Sorry.
I've got a rail trail, right? I live in Fitchburg. We have the Twin City Rail Trails just opened up a few years ago, right by my house. So
You can do the one in Acton.
I would like to. There's 2 in Acton. There's the Bruce Freeman and the Aspen Valley.
There is?
Yeah, they connect up from Chelmsford
Chelmsford, yeah.
all the way to
Boston?
Cambridge, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's close enough to Boston.
Yeah.
It is.
The one in the Twin City one, Leominster, Fitchburg. It's only about 4.5 miles. It's a shorty.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also where my parents live in Townsend. They just built one in Townsend as well. So I'm looking forward to trying.
How much do they cost to build?
I'm not sure. I don't know
So
a lot.
why? You ready for this? Why can't they take some of the money out of that and give it to you?
Good
Different
question.
department.
Not
Yeah.
everybody bikes or walks on that stuff.
No.
Well, community access stations are really a vital community asset that I don't know that people are truly aware of everything that we do.
No, they're not.
And
They're not even aware of me.
And then, then they see that we let characters like you on the state set to do your shtick and
Stick.
I mean, I would say now, like, even more than ever, where everybody, has a screen to look at, we do a lot of training, like teaching people how to, compose a shot, something simple like that. You see a lot of people, filming with their phones, but the shots that they end up with aren't the prettiest to look at. So how to properly compose a shot, how to edit that into a timeline, like how to tell your story through editing. So there's a lot that we're doing. It's not just about, like, this is the programming on our TV channel. We're doing more than that now. We're doing a lot more than that.
yeah, we are educational facilities. We are here to teach the community how to do everything in this building, whether it's running the control room, video editing, operating a camera, doing a podcast. We actually have a lot of podcasters now since we started the podcast studio.
How
in
many
21.
TV do you have?
Not too many, actually.
See?
A few, 2 or 3, but they've all sort of migrated into the podcast
Why have they
studio.
migrated there?
Well, it's
Speaking to the mic.
It's very, it's chic, it's very, it's a growing
Are they? I know it is growing, but
interest.
because something's growing doesn't mean it's good.
It's pretty good. It is
You
pretty
don't work
good.
with me, will you?
Yeah, well.
No. Why don't they want to do TV? They're afraid of it?
Yeah, this is a little bit more maybe intimidating, whereas you're sitting around a smaller table, you've got the
I'm
microphones.
intimidating?
You don't have to be,
You don't have to be
on
coming in your
camera. You
shorts.
don't have to be on camera. It can just be like a radio talk show.
But, oh, they're great.
So
Let's
that's,
talk about
know.
nothing.
But we do we have a podcast group, the New England Podcast
Well,
Group,
what-
comes
what-
in once a month and
How
has
does this-
15, 20 people here.
Wow.
Lots of new members.
Wow.
Good
Well,
podcast.
anyway.
You should try
No, what
podcasting.
happens on the podcast, Do people call in or not?
They can. We have that capability.
Yeah,
We
we
do
tried
web-
that once, and we had to have calls.
have-
We had calls from Europe. I don't know if they were
Web
real or not.
conferencing.
This is Lou Swayze from Germany calling in.
Yep. So, we're educational facilities, and not only that, we're about, it's PEG programming, right? So it's public
PEG?
education and government,
Oh.
PEG media. We let people like you come into the studio. We, as long as you have your shots, you can come in.
I have my
And
shots. I get shots
do
for
whatever you want to do.
distemper and
It's
all that.
uncensored,
Yeah, well,
put that up on,
Yeah, well, I
play it on the channels. Then education channel is about educating people.
should put Weathering the Weather with Ed on the educational one.
I think we still run that one.
Do you run it?
And government is about government transparency. So it's about freedom of speech,
What's that? You want to explain
access
that
to
to me?
education, and government transparency.
What is government transparency?
Well,
That's
it's as good as we can get. We record 5 meetings. Westford has an MOU that covers 5 meetings with the town. So we're doing select board, school committee, planning board,
But that's
town
not.
meeting, special
But I don't
town
believe
meeting.
that. That's not transparency to me. Transparency means you ask them a question, they actually answer the thing, rather than doing a song and dance routine.
I think it's more
Are you
that.
rocking over there?
No. I think it's more that you're allowing the public a window into seeing what is happening, how the decision-making process
Gino
is
agrees with that
happening in your town.
Ding.
I was right.
No, he covers
answer.
it probably. Well, thanks for
What do
shooting
you think,
me down,
Gino?
yeah.
You've been involved with public TV for a long time. What do you think?
I think they're doing a good deed.
Thank you, Gino. We'll be back to you in just a moment. No, but first this word. A little more. Anything else to say?
I noticed that my friend, he always invite people to come to the TV, and for some reason they change their mind. I don't understand why they're doing that.
Yeah.
Probably watched a previous show.
Wrong. Don't even watch that.
I mean, anybody that has
grouchy.
something
You
to say or
intimidate.
I am not
something
grouchy. Don't you tell me I'm
on
grouchy.
TV.
He's a grouch.
Just call me Oscar.
He is. Didn't I give you an Oscar the Grouch?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
That was your Emmy Award.
Greatly appreciated.
I did. I gave him a little Oscar the Grouch
You should
award.
do like a little animation with like, you know, your head popping out of like a little Oscar the Grouch trash can.
You make the can, lift me in, and I'll help me out, and I'll do it.
Yeah, you have to be nice to people.
I don't have to be
come
nice
on
to
your
people.
show.
What? No, I do. Ever since COVID, ever since COVID, they've been like this.
Yeah.
They have, just like on the road. Hey, I didn't invite you in for coffee, so get away from me. Don't tailgate me, you know. And then they cut you off. They wait for you to get close so they get a good shot.
See, grouchy.
I'm not grouchy. We tell the truth here. Mark was shaking his head. Yes.
Was I?
Yes, you were. Don't you deny it.
okay.
We have roll tape. So we have a minute.
A minute left. So let's talk about you and your show for a minute. You've
Yeah.
been producing here for over 10 years.
Yes. And I haven't changed a bit.
How many episodes?
You've changed a little bit. You
What?
over 200, well over 200 now. How many?
This would be 260, I believe.
Yeah, I think you
Is
had
that
like
true,
a
Nick?
big.
260?
The hell is that?
Wow.
It's not 260.
No.
Did you have a
This
big
is
celebration
212.
last year?
Huh?
Did you have a big celebration last year?
I can't remember.
200, yeah, the 200th
200,
show.
yeah.
It was
you did.
two. That the one that fizzled?
So you
It was
used
wait
to
a minute.
give
212 and 48 the weather show. So that makes 260 in my book.
But you've been producing here for 10 years, like I said.
Over 10.
Over 10. And you are credentialed as a weatherman, which is why you started
That's right.
the Weathering the Weather with Ed show.
That's right.
Which gave a lot of valuable information about storms.
That's true.
I think, didn't you
Keep going.
tell us about
What?
cyclone bombs?
Oh, yeah. What?
What, cyclone bombs or something
Oh,
like that?
cyclobomesis? Bombogenesis. That's a stupid term brought up by the media.
Oh,
It just
okay.
means a low pressure area. That's a cyclone, anything. Low pressure. It's going to get stronger just like that. Tremendous.
Well, I gotta say, I miss your weather reports. They were always spot on, just a sentence or two, with the most accurate weather I've ever received.
You hear that on TV?
It was absolutely
See?
the most accurate weather.
Thank you.
Every time I'd rely on that. Yep.
Nice.
Thank
So, you know, he knows what he's doing.
Awesome. Wow.
You know-
I just learned something today.
See that?
Yep. You
Oh,
good?
yeah, hung up. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I want to thank Gino for staying awake today. Thank you. And Mark, great,
Thanks again for the invite.
certainly. And then we have, what's
Pleasure.
your name again, Sarah?
That's it.
That's it.
Sarah Fletcher.
I'm Ed Cohen for This Is Your Life. All right, we'll be back again. I think I have 2 next week. I'll be in medical.
Say it's
I'll
not
be
so.
in
I
medical.
won't be here.
I'll
I
in
won't be able to crash.
I'll be in ICU at that time. What you're not going to be here?
No, I'm going to California.
Again to California.
No, I haven't
All
been
right.
to California in years.
You're going to the Hotel California?
No, probably not.
It's a song. All right, we'll see you next time for NBC. Thank you.
Bye, folks.
Ed Sullivan is dead, but Cohen isn't. And when it comes to weather, Cohen's smart. As New York as you get, his money's on the Mets, which goes to show that Ed's a Joe who always bets his heart. You'll hear a slick review or two from Nicky. And Cantor Something Berg will sing some song. There's weather news and shtick, enough to make you sick. You'll be glad you came along.